Welcome back to Jersey Matters. I'm Larry Menti. We continue our conversation with Senator Tom Kean Jr. Let's talk about the crisis in Atlantic City. There are reports out there that they could have defaulted by the time this airs. They may have defaulted already. What is the state's responsibility?
Well, we understand that the type of jobs that are created here, and the focus we should, first of all, need to make sure is that everything's being done for efficiency purposes down there. I mean, right now, that city has to survive. And so we should focus, number one, making sure it's more of an entertainment destination than it currently is. And making sure that there are airlines that are coming in, and just this morning, more in this taping, you're announcing that there are 2 more destination cities that are bringing people in. You've got to really pump that economy up.
That's long term.
It is long term.
But what about short term? They need something now, don't they?
Well, I think right now, again, because we're playing in the hypothetical right now, is you're not quite sure what the next steps are in the short order. Right now, it's their payrolls, pensions, safety of the people within that area that all need to be addressed real time. And those are immediate concerns. We need to focus on making sure that again, that place has the heartbeat that it always has. And Mayor Guardian is extraordinary. He came into a situation that I don't think anybody envisioned, between the historic ineptitude of mayors in the last couple of years before him, to the economic downturn, to decision making by the casinos to leave, to go to different places because of the different gambling needs. So we've got the right person on the ground doing it. We've got Danny Levinson, who's an extraordinary administrator at the county level, who's partnering with us right now. But there are some immediate steps that need to be done by the state, and the government's working in partnership to help figure those things out.
Let's talk about PARCC, the standardized test that's going to be used in New Jersey. Right. Well, I think it's going to be used in New Jersey to find out if teachers are properly teaching the core curriculum, how they're doing and how the students are doing. Right. There's been a huge controversy about PARCC. Parents want to opt out. Some teachers are upset that they're going to be tested, that they're going to be rated, how well they teach the kids and how well they do in PARCC. Where do you stand on this? Are you for the PARCC test? Should kids be able to opt out? Should teachers be held accountable by the PARCC scores?
Well, I think this is the first year of the testing. And this is the exact same thing that happened a decade ago, actually 15 years ago, when we were talking about the HESPA and on all those other tests that were coming through. This is the first year. Let's figure out what worked right, find out what is missing, either missing or great in what these kids are learning nowadays. Understand this for the first time in real time, what these kids are learning, how successful they're being taught, and then use this next year and the coming years in an appropriate fashion. This is the first couple months of the test.
What does that mean exactly? Use it the next year and years after in the appropriate fashion. So the first year it doesn't really count?
No, the first year does. I mean, first it's the first test as you're going through this. We will find out now if there are scheduling problems with this, there are information on there that wasn't clear, the timelines that were included within this test. But let's get this test. Let's go through the process.
Exactly what you're talking about is what parents are upset about. But parents don't want their kids to be the guinea pigs for this test, where they can work out.
No, nobody's a guinea pig. Nobody's a guinea pig. What people are focusing on right now is this is a test that is the only test right now that lines up actually with the SAT. And if you're focusing on this as a judgment to say, what are kids learning? Are they going to be college ready? And the tests that are associated with college readiness. We are right now halfway through the first test. You can't cut a test halfway through the analysis. So we're going to have the first test that just went through, and my daughter is going through it. You have the next set of tests in April. Let's then say, crunch the number and say, did this work? Did it give us real-time information? And then you say, going forward, is this the right test for this job? Because we have to say, look at the value for our educational dollars. We need to analyze what's working, what's not in the education system, and you've got to have a test that does that.
Do you want to be governor?
I think I'm focusing right now on the governor's 80th birthday, my father, and it'd be an honor and privilege to be able to continue to be able to work with people of the state of New Jersey. But that's a 2017 conversation. Right now we're in 2015. We've got races this year, and we've got.
I was smart enough not to ask you if you're going to be in the next race.
Okay.
I'm asking if, we're talking long term. Is it something you aspire to be?
I think there are an incredible opportunity for people who serve in that office to make a real difference in people's lives. When I was growing up, and I saw the impact that my father could have on people's lives on a daily basis. And you know, and not only here, but you could have a worldwide imprint where, you know, apartheid in South Africa, he was the first governor that said, let's divest from companies that do, you know, business with South Africa. I mean, that's an important statement. It's the first time in the world that the apartheid government said there could be economic impacts of this horrific policy. That sent a ripple on an education front, where he's making sure that teachers got the right pay. They were treated as a profession for the first time in his career. It was an incredible opportunity to create that type of opportunity. Transportation Trust Fund and infrastructure, higher education. There are real things that an individual who is focused on making the best possible opportunity for this generation and the next generation, it's an incredible office.
Great, you're good.
Thank you.
Thank you so much,
Okay.
and happy birthday to your dad. He was a great governor, and he is a great man. Senator Tom Kean Jr. We'll be back with Jersey Matters in a minute.